Welcome to Area 18, the home of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Now we're also days away from CitizenCon and the excitement is building. And of course this year's CitizenCon is going to be the perfect thing to watch to banish those RoadMap blues. Can be a bit depressing looking at that RoadMap too much. But first, before we talk about CitizenCon and what's to come, let's make our way to the site of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo.
Tram now leaving the station.
Now we've made it onto the tram and we're on our way to the site of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Now we've arrived at the Bevic Convention Centre, home of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Now at the moment there's only the multiple gift shops to actually look at here, as the main event is still being prepared for us eager visitors. Now there's lots of things on sale, lots of shirts, hats and souvenirs which are available for Alpha UEC. Let's have a brief look around. Now at the moment you can actually enter the elevators which go down to where the expo will be held, but they actually do not go anywhere, so obviously things are still being prepared on the expo floor. Well, preparations are well advanced for this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, but now let's have a look at my picks of what to watch at this year's CitizenCon. So CitizenCon, there's sure to be some interesting things shown, and it all kicks off with an introductory speech by Chris Roberts himself. Now what will he say? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but some speculation on maybe some Squadron 42 being shown. Maybe a new ship. Now, I think there'll be several new ships unveiled, probably some going straight into the game. One maybe into the game, I should say. Now, we may well see more on the Carrick, because that is supposed to be getting ready for 3.8. Keep your fingers crossed. And it's Snubcraft the Pisces, that's been heavily rumoured. Now there are a number of panels, now some of them may be a bit hit or miss. I think I'll miss Alien Linguistics. Now actually I am working on that Saturday, so I'll probably miss the start anyway, but there are some other interesting panels, and of course they will be all uploaded to YouTube after the event. Now the one on developing the technology for Microtech and Planetary Tech version 4 will probably be very interesting to see. And there's something as well about a new shoot 'em up game mode coming into the game. Now I'm going to speculate, could this be a co-op mode for Arena Commander, Star Marine, a horde mode? Now it would be good to actually get AI into Star Marine to test that, and you could have waves of AI trying to get on to a station or a ship, and the players have to team up to repel the AI. Just a guess, but well, maybe a good guess. Now another thing well worth watching is going to be the feature with Tony Zurovic, where he talks about the universal simulator. I think that's to do with the old subsumption element they talked about years ago, where AI NPCs go about their daily tasks, and how the economy behaves dynamically in the Star Citizen universe. Supposed to be some type of live demo, but they'll have to watch that that doesn't overrun, because you know Tony Zurovic can talk a lot, but people always like to hear what he has to say. And it all ends with the keynote ending speech by Chris Roberts himself. Now, will there be some type of demo in this? I'm not sure. I think there'll probably be a bit more Squadron 42. Maybe a demo of the new mission coming in 3.8, where you have to take over the 890 jump. Maybe live demo on stage, possibly. Or maybe, just maybe, we may see the fate of Port Olisar, because it has been heavily rumoured that Port Olisar is going to be destroyed, and maybe it's going to happen at CitizenCon. We'll just have to wait and see, because remember, there has been those mysterious radio messages, very mysterious radio messages being broadcast at Port Olisar in the last month or so.
Attention, people of Stanton. A great injustice.
Well, that's just a guess of what we may see. I'm probably going to be completely wrong. Probably going to be some more exciting stuff than what I'm expecting to see. But it should be pretty interesting anyway. Now, CitizenCon is sure to be exciting, but what about the changes to the roadmap? Now, we've seen changes all year round, and well, we've just had a score of recent changes, putting a lot of things which was planned for 3.8 into 3.9 and beyond. But why is this? Well, I'm not one to be critical. I'll leave that to others, and some of the criticism is well and truly justified. But I will sort of maintain that even if you criticise, it won't make much of a difference. It's just a question of when they can get the planned features in the game. Now, some of the reasons for the delay is obviously they're waiting on server-side object container streaming. That's probably why we've seen the moons of Microtech get pulled out of 3.8, because probably they can't actually physically fit them in with this current system. But hopefully we'll hear more of that, to how they're getting on maybe at CitizenCon with server-side OCS. Now, of course, other delays may be simply to do with the fact that we know that they're concentrating on Squadron 42. That's a big task, making 2 games, and of course that is what they're concentrating on. That's what they've told us. But even there, the Squadron 42 roadmap, things on that, hasn't really been moving that much lately. So maybe they're waiting on the same tech as we're waiting for in the PU. And maybe there's other factors. For example, if you look on the Cloud Imperium jobs page, you can see that there's actually 77 available positions across all the studios around the world. Now, some of these may well be new positions that they want to fill, or it could be simply that, like all companies, they do have a rate of attrition where staff actually go elsewhere. And especially at the moment where well-known companies are actually boosting their staff in their studios for upcoming next generation consoles development. So that could well be a factor that's beyond everybody's control. Now, although things have slipped, I'm still hopeful that over the next few years, even if we only get some of what was already originally planned, things will still be worth waiting for, because let's face it, there's no other game like it, and no other game is planned which will have the features of Star Citizen. So I'm still hopeful, although I'm going to be a fair bit older. Thank you for watching. Now, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please click somewhere up there, and to subscribe somewhere up there. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon. Bye for now.